Oh, something occurs to me. The rather distressing way money enters into running a church organisation. And, should you tithe? Should you, etc.? Give freely? Should you, what have you? Should you pay the minister or not? Things like that. And some small churches, there's no way they can pay the chap who's doing most of the work, or, the really active lady who holds the whole group together. I suppose the answer is very simple. When you're considering it, it's a problem for argument's sake, the person who's in full-time ministry. You say, well, his or her income at present is so-and-so. If you're earning, net more than this, please increase your contribution to the church each week, or the organisation, whatever it is. If, on the other hand, your income is less than this, please reduce your contribution. It's a bit like the guy who says, now we're going to pass around the collection bag for voluntary donations to the church work and so on. We thank you for your contributions. If you're in need, please take some out of the bag as it goes round, rather than put it in. Thank you. I sort of like this way of doing things. Fellowship, we're actually concerned about each other. Not wanting to impoverish your own family, of course, but not wanting people you're in fellowship with to be in difficulty either. And perhaps this should be extended to all members of the community. I hesitate to say have all things in common, because there's great arguments then over, who's maintaining the place properly and who isn't, and all the rest of community life. But in some sense, we have an equality with God. Shouldn't we be pushing towards an equality with each other in fellowship, at least? Perhaps not just the man in the street, but at least those that you feel are in fellowship. I don't know. This could be a very contentious issue, and cash is, of course, because we associate money with value, and value with priorities. And I'm reading at present a book by Rudolf Steiner, and I thought, I have to read this because of the title, and his title to it is World Economy, a very doubtful subtitle, The Formation of a Science of World Economics by Rudolf Steiner. At a critical moment of the world's history at the end of World War I, that was 1418, Dr. Rudolf Steiner of the Gothenburg, Dornach, Switzerland, gave his answer to the social questions of our time by explaining the true form of the social order. Yes, but it's pretty weird, I can tell you. But it's inspiring too. I'm not sure as I recommend it to you, but that's why it occurred to me, well, what should the economics of a fellowship be? Well, it should be something to do with love and kindness. Does that mean not to do with money? No, it means to do with everything. Loving kindness. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. Well, listening to this recording occurs to me, if you are getting discord over finances, it's time you pared down your membership in the organisation to those who are willing to have all things in common. You might be back to your ideal church then. You might not, of course. I'm not certain. Look, I think at root the problem is church, not how you manage it. Our church was got nice associations, what it did have before. Bad track record, but it was the way the world organises. But the children of God are not the church. They're of heaven. We don't form organisations here on earth. We minister. We're sent. And we fellowship with those that love God. We don't form a church. No way. It's not an organisation. We're a family. We're not an organisation. Didn't you know that's a difference? Families are of the same kin. Organisations are the world trying to cope with the fact they don't love each other, but need to cooperate. And it's a desperate battle in such circumstances to get the cooperation. We have what's known in economics as the free rider problem, and you can guess what that is, can't you? The person who takes more than they should, puts in less than they should, whatever that should might mean. And it's argued endlessly as to what that should be. Because they're not born of God yet in their consciousness. They're children of God, yes, but they don't know it. And they fight and squabble and, oh dear, dear, dear. That's what you call church. Not good, is it? Have nothing to do with it, dear one. People, that's different. Church, that's quite different too. Different to people. You put church before people, you have a nightmare. Because you put world organisation and structure before loving kindness and compassion. That's not the way to go for heaven. It's a very long and torturous route where you learn by your mistakes. And there's no need. I'm come that you might have life and have it more abundantly. A new commandment I give unto you, that you love one another as I have loved you. Now I pray not for the world, but for those who have ears to hear, that you love one another. Love not the world. You're sent into the world, but you're loving the fellowship of those that love God. It's as simple as that. Yes, we do put family first, but he's still sent to the world that they might know that thou hast sent me. He says in John 17,
He's concerned for them, that they might know. He's not going to teach them until they feel that way. They can't be taught. They won't have ears to hear until they know in their heart that Jesus in spirit is sent to them in thought, and they have ears to hear it. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.
Yes, I was wondering if I stopped this too abruptly. Look, he won't teach you until you have... Well, he's teaching you always, but you won't really be on track until you are taken with love and kindness and compassion for life around you. It may be your nearest and dearest, it may be wider than that, maybe people generally, maybe all life, animal life, all life. Those that value life, you see. He is life. It's the Lord, the giver of life. God of the living God. If you don't value life, you don't value God. You won't be listening. You won't have ears to hear. Compassion needs to take you into the arms of God. That's what I mean. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.